Hello golfers, Bryan Pate coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona. I want to give you a nice little drill to help you if you're a little bit steep on the golf ball or over the top and getting that golf ball to curve too far to the right. It can be done with two alignment rods taped together to give us one long alignment rod, or what I have here is I have a golf shaft and an alignment rod stuck into the grip end on it. So that's going to give me one long alignment rod. And what we see in the golf swing before I put this in place is in transition, we'll see it might be in a good place at the top, but the left arm shifts out too far too fast. And you can see my left arm is matching the yellow alignment rod on the ground, or my toes. From there, the club's going to be steep. There's not much option to get this club head onto that golf ball unless I do something drastic. And then we call this, in the golf schools sometimes, we call this the alignment rod. If there's a lightning bolt up top, that club's way up in the air waiting to get struck. What we want to start seeing is, on the downswing, our left arm to be a little bit more inward from our target line as opposed to on it. That way our club head could be a little bit more behind the hands on the way down, and that's going to give us more of a compressing shot as opposed to something that's cutting across the golf ball to get that golf ball out there a little bit farther, and it's going to take off some of the curve or all the curve from that golf ball going to the right. So how do we use this tool? So I'm going to put it not on the ball line, but a little bit outside of it, and I'm going to put it somewhere about my shaft angle. And then from down the line view, what you can see is this alignment rod, we want it to feel like it's bisecting our right shoulder here. That way, as we go to the top of the swing, my left arm has to stay under the alignment rod. In the transition, if it shifts out, I'm going to get feedback that I ran into this rod. So as we're starting to get our hands a little bit more back or on top of the shoulder as opposed to up high, and then feeling what's it like for our hands to stay behind as we start turning our body through a golf shot. So let's give it a shot here. We're going to start small. Maybe just left arm parallel. My left arm's inwards from that yellow alignment rod. And on the way down, it's not going to go out drastically. We're going to feel like it stays back behind as we turn. So here's a little shot. So that golf ball started a little bit to the right and curved back to the left. So my path didn't go over and across. That club was trailing as I turned, and this little feedback device is going to give me some reference on where my hand's at. Is it going too far out, too fast? What does it feel like for my left arm to stay back behind me longer as I turn into the golf ball? So if I pull one more out here and set up, as we start having success with those smaller shots, we can start getting into a little bit larger shots. And there's another nice little ball that started to the right and fell to the left. I'll pull one more ball in here and give the good players a drill. So if we're drawing the ball too much, I'm going to put the alignment rod on the left side of the golf ball just to give me a visual. Now as I come through, I don't want the club going way away from the alignment rod, which is what we want to start having our players that are over the top, steep, cutting across it, feeling like they're doing or actually doing, so the ball starts curving to the right for them. But for the better players, what we want to start feeling is on the way down, can we keep turning so our club's going to go up this alignment rod as opposed to away from the alignment rod. So for the better players that are overdrawing it, here's your drill using the same alignment rods. Up to the top, little shot to begin. Can I feel like it's going to go up the alignment rod as I turn? And I'm going to pull another one in here. Go again with the same size swing, just feeling what's it feel like to turn more. And there's a golf ball that started just a little bit rightward and went straight. So I took the curve off those golf balls, not by swinging over, but feeling like I was turning a little more so the club could go up this alignment rod and exit more below my shoulder from down the line view there, as opposed to a club that might be exiting a little bit higher at the shoulder. And then another good view is if we're going too far out to in, that club's going to exit almost down by the elbow. That's a good little way to see what the path is doing on the way through. So here's one last ball, taking the curve off those draws. I'm going to rehearse the feel. Where's that wide alignment rod? So there's another very straight golf ball. There's some ways of taking the curve off if it's drawing too much, or how can I get my golf ball, as opposed to curving rightwards and the club working out too much, give us a reference point of where this left arm is, and it's going to feel like it's working more back down behind us, longer, so our club can go out to a golf ball for those draws.